Welcome, viewers. This is Danny from Lego Buff Productions, here with the Force Awakens Aftermath live stream. And today I have Taylor from Alpha Brick Studios and Chris from Chris Productions. So the first few minutes, about 20 minutes or so, of this live stream will be spoiler-free. So if you have not seen the movie, just stick around for the first 20 minutes or so. We'll let you know when we will start talking about in-depth stuff about the movie Star Wars The Force Awakens. But if you have not seen it, definitely feel free to, or I mean, if you have seen it, sorry, definitely feel free to join in and comment anything that you'd like. But again, if you're going to comment spoilers, please wait till 20 minutes. And we also have Jaden from Brick Dodger here. So first of all, I want to start off with everyone giving their opinion basically of, on a scale of 1 to 10, did you like the movie? And Taylor, you can start off.
I'd give it 15, because it was that awesome. I'm so happy to see like Han Solo and Chewbacca, and it's just a really awesome movie.
Chris?
I would probably, I don't know, I'm pretty like nostalgic because I just like saw it and it's still on my mind, but probably like a 9, definitely. It's really good.
Oh, Jaden just left us. We'll join again. And then I'm also having a tough time, kind of like Chris. I'm stuck probably around 9, I'd say. It was really good. I just need to see it again because it was just, there's just so much going on, and I was so excited to see it. And
Yeah.
like now that it's over, I just want to see it again now and then kind of digest it all again and make up my mind then. But I'd probably put it around a 9 right now. So
I need more episodes.
yeah, and I like how a lot of the stuff wasn't explained. Like they did give a lot of backstory, but there's certain parts and stuff that were left out.
Yeah, there's lots of room to be filled in, lots of blanks.
Yeah, so I like how it lets us speculate, like what's gonna happen, all that stuff, that sort of thing. So I'm very excited to see where they go with episode 8 on that. Oh, Spencer joined us.
Party time!
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank episode 7? So I like how it lets us speculate what's going to happen.
Are we 20 minutes in yet? Can I spoil the whole movie?
No! What's your rating out of 10?
Chill out.
Rating?
Everyone here's seen it, right?
What's your rating out of 10, Spencer?
I'd give it episode 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'd probably give it more like an 8.5 or so out of 10.
Remember, if you're in the comments, do not comment any spoilers. I will be deleting them.
Another hard thing.
Do not do what Timmy did on Instagram. Like,
oh my gosh, Timmy.
I was like, are you serious?
But a hard thing to rate the movie is because we don't really have anything to compare it to. Like, I mean, the last good Star Wars movie was like 30 years ago.
Hey, episode 3.
Hey, episode 3 was decent.
Okay, so now here's the next question. How would you rank, like, what would your top 3 Star Wars movies be, including episode 7?
Oh, okay.
I'd probably go. I think episode 7 might be on top right now, but I've only seen it once, so I can't make a super educated decision. But I'd probably go 5, 4, 3, 6, 2, and 1.
Chris?
Definitely got to start with 1. I'm kidding.
One.
Episode 3 times, I think. No, probably like 3, 7, and then 6. I'm still a bit more of a 3 fan for now.
Probably 5, 7, and 4 are my top 3.
Can't wait to go watch the movie.
I've always liked 3 the most. I know that, everyone says the prequels are nowhere near as good as 4, 5, and 6, but I think by episode 3 they really figured out CGI and they did a really great job. And the acting Sure, it wasn't as good as 4, 5, and 6, but it was way better than 1 and 2. And so I would put 3 on top. Like I said, I'm still deciding on episode 7 because there's I remember I'm trying to think. I think it was on Screen Junkies. They said that like when they saw episode 1, for every good thing they thought of, there were 5 bad things. Whereas episode 7, for every bad thing they thought of, there were 5 good things. So it's really just a matter of seeing it again and just digesting it all. We also have Brick Dodger who joined us again. He's on mute right now, but
Hello.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Force Awakens?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd probably give it a 9.
And then how would you rank it in like your top 3 favorite Star Wars movies?
It's definitely my favorite Star Wars movie.
Very awesome. Yeah, so I think most of us can agree, at least Chris and Spencer, that it's just a matter of seeing it again because there's just so much going on. And I saw it on the first showing that we had at 7 p.m. And just every time they showed a main character like Han Solo or General Leia, everyone just erupted into clapping and stuff. It was really cool.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to say without seeing it again because there's a lot of, like when you're watching it the first time, it keeps going to the next thing and thing and thing, and it's like trying to absorb everything that it's saying.
Yeah, Spencer needs to slow it down frame by frame and really capture
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. No, but yeah, it was pretty good. I want to get to the spoiler part.
I know,
Well,
right?
there are already people spoiling it in the comments.
Yeah, I've been deleting them and I blocked Lego.
Yeah, you aren't deleting them enough. People think they're funny when they spoil it, or they think that they're funny when they're like, hey, look, I'm funny. I put like that Jar Jar's in it. You see, am I funny? Do you like me yet? It's not funny at all.
The movie ended and I'm like, oh, not as good as episode 1.
The movie ends, like the theater's like all quiet. I'm more of an episode 1 guy.
The other thing I liked was a lot of the Lego sets that we've seen, like definitely look really like they did a good job matching the sets to like the vehicles in the movie.
Yeah.
The only thing is the Kylo Ren shuttle, but we saw that in the trailer that the wings are supposed to open out sideways.
Yeah.
One thing that I saw is like Rey's speeder, the one that was at like Star Wars Celebration and the one that we saw in the trailer, it looked orange, so I was like, why is it red? But in the movie it's clearly dark red, so I'm glad that that's actually right.
Yeah, so I think Lego definitely did a great job with matching their sets to
There was
they differ.
There was one thing that they made a Lego set of that was only shown in one. I think it was only shown in one.
Yeah, I was talking to Chris. Before,
I actually made
again,
2 sets up. You got the new microphone.
We'll keep it. I don't know if that would really be a spoiler, but we'll keep that till.
Yeah, it was like
11 more minutes of spoiler-free discussion.
And then the figures that came with it weren't in the movie. Like they were in one scene.
Yeah.
I was like, seriously.
Yeah, and the thing I loved about the movie is it wasn't like drawn out. Like 1 through 3, there's a lot of like talking and that sort of thing. Whereas in like 4, 5, and 6,
we should probably save that. We should probably save that for the spoiler part. But it was definitely like boom, 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 and then it was like, oh, geez.
Yeah, it wasn't like
already.
Yeah, it wasn't like you're like waiting the whole movie. I'm just saying that.
It was like they found out something, and then in like 30 seconds they were doing it, and it didn't feel like, like Star Wars, because in Star Wars they're like.
I could watch a movie that's pretty much just action at the beginning and then walking and talking, and then more action at the end.
It's a good way to convey information.
So without giving away spoilers, do you guys think it was a good idea to bring back Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, and Mark Hamill?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I felt it really helped just transition from 6 to 7 because it just
Especially the
worked.
way they use
I think in the future, like when people watch the movie in the future and somebody sees like 4, 5, and 6 and then 7, it's going to be a lot. It's not going to be like how we've been waiting for super long, it's they're watching one movie right after the other. So seeing those same characters it's not like completely new characters. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like how like enough happened where it's not like because it is 30 years later, so it's not like they just picked up right after episode 6. I like how they did that whole thing. I think that was really cool. And just like when the credits or like the beginning title crawl came up, everyone just went crazy.
Everyone's like, yeah!
But I think I loved how they didn't focus on like Han Solo and Leia, and then like to get the story going completely. Like I like how they focused on Rey and Finn and all the other characters more.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to do new characters, and then the older ones were just like there to support the new characters.
Yeah.
Which is good.
But the thing is about like the Lego sets, I have a hard time like thinking of like other things that Lego could make because they pretty much made.
Yeah. Yeah, they pretty much made everything from that.
Yeah, like vehicle-wise at least.
One thing that I was just like, oh, I really want to do that was the new AT-ATs.
Yeah.
They were only in they were only in the background of that one shot trailer.
And no, they're also in the background of another shot where it's just like snow wasteland, and you can see like 2 of them walking across a huge snowfield.
Yeah.
I want to make that, but there's like nothing to base it off of.
There's like no point to doing it.
We won't be using them in any scenes from the movie, but if you start doing other stuff, then I want to make them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends how much they make. Like this one compared to episode 4, and if 5 is like 8, then and it starts with an AT-AT scene, then
I really want 8 to be like really dark, like how 5 was.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Is it time to spoil things yet?
Alright, we'll just wait 2 more. We'll do 15 minutes. That'll be easier. 2 more minutes.
Johnny!
The other thing I'm interested to see about, like, for Battlefront, is it confirmed yet if they're just putting it in the second Battlefront game, or is there going to be a DLC?
Oh my gosh.
I bet it's going to be in the second one.
Doing a second one? Are you serious?
They're doing a couple of them.
Why would they wait this long to put out one game if they're just going to do another one?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they did put Jakku in this one, so I mean, they already got one planet from Force Awakens.
Well, this is like Jakku from Episode 6 era.
Yeah, but I mean,
how hard is it to change the map and change the skin?
They can just.
Well, they probably want to make like the other planets in the.
Well, I heard that they were going to be doing like a Clone Wars DLC and stuff for Battlefront 2. So
Heard, or there was like that one tweet.
I remember when Battlefront just came out with all the different games.
Yeah, well, it was a lot cheaper and easier to produce games back then.
Yeah, it's like the same.
What?
what was everyone's favorite characters in the movie? Without spoiling.
The one who dies?
It's probably Kylo Ren. He was just so awesome. Except for the. I'll wait. Let's wait like 1 more minute so then I can talk about the parts that I didn't like about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, leave the stream now if you have not seen the movie. Trust me, you don't want it spoiled.
Spoiler alert!
Incoming spoilers.
Spoil this so badly.
We're gonna go over the movie like shot by shot.
Yeah. We're gonna.
I brought my IMAX camera to the theater and recorded it.
I brought my IMAX camera.
IMAX camera to an IMAX theater. I see how it is.
Okay, is everyone gone who doesn't want it spoiled?
We still have like 10 more seconds.
9,
Why do we do this?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Spoilers.
Wait. We have to wait.
Okay.
All right, we can talk about spoilers now. If anybody
They
else,
destroyed the Republic!
if anybody else mentions that Han's dead, I will kill you.
Wow.
We get it. Everybody saw it coming. You're
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
funny.
it was pretty foreseeable.
You're not cool because you said that Han's dead.
The second he walked out onto that thing, I'm like, oh, game over.
Yeah, because there's no way out. There was no other way out of it. It was either like, because Kylo Ren wasn't gonna just break that easy. I mean, I know that he's not a full-blown Sith, but he's a little bit closer to the lighter side than like regular Sith. But it wasn't gonna be that simple for the movie, and so I predicted that either he was gonna stall Han until like the laser fired, and like, they both got like obliterated, or he was just gonna kill him. And then can somebody block some people in the chat? The parts that I didn't like about Kylo Ren was the parts where he would like rage. He'd just be like rah, and then hit a bunch of stuff, and I was just like, are you serious?
I like him hitting himself. He's like, no, do more bad stuff. Hit myself.
Because he was bleeding, and he was like rah, rah, rah.
Some of the lightsaber, like actually getting hit by lightsaber things, is pretty questionable for me at least. Like when he hit Finn,
Yeah.
like, he got a clear across Finn's back.
Why didn't Finn die?
Yeah.
I mean, you probably sliced Finn's spine in half. How can Finn how does his body not fall apart when you?
He'll just become the Charles Xavier of Star Wars.
No, I did like how in the final fight, they actually hurt each other.
Yeah.
Rather than oh man, swing, 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 cool move, swing for the next 10 minutes. I mean, yeah, the prequels had cool fights, but they weren't
swing, swing, lose a hand, swing, swing, dead.
The ending scene where I really liked how Luke's hand. It just looks so cool. When pulled the
it looks
thing
like
off.
Anakin's hand.
I actually did not like that end scene. I didn't like the island idea. It's supposed to be this first Jedi temple, but I wish there would have been some statues or something sci-fi-ish about that. There was just no sci-fi.
When they were flying towards it, I thought I saw a castle, and I was like, "Oh man, cool castle that I want to build." But then they got there, and she just climbed up this mountain.
It's just
And they
rock.
got there, and he's just standing there. I don't get why he's just standing there. I mean, I guess he probably saw them coming, but where was he living? He wasn't standing there forever.
Yeah,
And then it was just so awkward because she hands out this lightsaber, and for the next 30 seconds, it's just awkwardly staring at each other.
This is
until the
pan around.
Yeah, I don't care for those pan around shots. I mean, they're in lots of movies, but I don't like them
No, I didn't like that.
because it just never looks good.
And they're on a cliff, so it's the definition of cliffhanger.
Oh my gosh. I hope. So I don't remember who asked me, but they asked if I think that it's gonna it's gonna continue right off of there, but I don't think it is. I hope that it takes place a couple years in the future, after Rey has been training for a while.
Knowing Star Wars, I think it'll go at least a little bit in the future. It won't be right after.
Yeah.
It'll be Kylo Ren will have got his training completed, and
I need to complete it. I kind of wanted to see how what Snoke would do.
I wonder if Snoke's actually not that tall.
Sucks.
Snoke's gonna be tiny in real life, but he just has a huge hologram.
Yeah.
When I first saw that, because it was a colored hologram, so I was like, whoa, that's cool. But when I first saw that, I was I thought it was the lamest thing ever to have this giant
guy. Yeah.
But then it was a hologram, so I was okay with it. But
Yeah.
I don't. I thought it was just kind of weird that Captain Hux or whatever. I don't know if he's a captain or whatever. General Hux.
His Nazi speech, though.
No, that was a different guy.
Oh yeah.
But Hux and Ren have the same. They're on the same level. And
I thought that was interesting that they both reported to Snoke.
And they reported together, and it was just those are completely. They're completely different because one of them's a commander, and the other one's just this kid trying to learn how to kill people with.
Actually, I find it interesting. I think that's it's just different from what we know because before Vader was like the command, it was they were reporting to Vader, and now this time it shows that he's not at that high of a level. It's more they both report to Snoke.
Yeah.
And it's a different approach because like with Palpatine we had this mysterious figure in black guy, and this time we've got a clear like dark side guy.
I want to know why that one guy from the village had the map to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I mean, I was okay with it. I didn't think it was like super weird, but I just want to know why he has it. Like, what's his background?
Yeah.
And then
I like it because at first when it was at first like stormtrooper that's shot by Poe, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's like gore, there's blood, and then that was like the only scene.
Yeah.
I was like, well, was Star Wars gonna be way dark? But no.
I wish
Well,
that.
Kylo Ren was bleeding towards the end.
Yeah, but that was.
Yeah, that's why he kept hitting himself. The first time he did it, I was like, "What are you doing?" I just feel like, and then it showed like blood, and I was like, "That's kind of stupid." Like how bad you got.
That's why I can win.
I think the real question is, how does Rey? Who's gonna be like? How does Rey fit into this whole thing? Who's she waiting for?
Yeah, that's
Well, she was-
what I was wondering.
She was waiting for her family to come back.
But is her family gonna be like related to Skywalker? Because you totally.
Well, maybe like because
Kind of hope it's.
went into hiding because like Kylo flipped out and attacked everyone. So maybe
Actually-
like
Oh.
Luke sent his daughter to Jakku or whatever.
That's what I was
That-
thinking.
Oh, maybe
That
like
totally makes sense.
maybe that's why the one guy that's also on Jakku has the map, which I think we just said, but I don't know. I wasn't paying
But
attention.
he was in like a different village though too.
Well, he's
It's not
still.
like he wasn't like pulling a Ben Kenobi and watching over her.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't want to be connected with her and stuff. What was I gonna say? I had something. Oh yeah, is Finn's not force sensitive, is he?
No.
No.
Because like when he was using, you could tell the difference between him and Rey using the lightsaber. Whenever
Yeah.
he did it, he looked like uncomfortable with it, and he
Mm.
he wasn't able to use it as well as her. In both the fight with the Riot Stormtrooper and with Kylo.
Yeah.
But when Rey used it, she was like, oh, rah, 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 wreck. And then one thing that I also noticed was why could Finn hold himself up against that Riot Stormtrooper like just as well as he could Kylo Ren?
Yeah, I thought that was his
Yeah.
fight against Kylo Ren just didn't make sense to me. I get the Riot Trooper and even like him losing to the Riot Trooper.
Yeah. And then somebody had to save him.
Yeah.
Unless Kylo Ren wasn't really trying. She
Well, because Kylo was also wounded during that battle too.
True.
Yeah, remember he got shot by Chewbacca's crossbow right before the battle.
Oh my gosh. That part was just so epic when, like, Han dies and then Chewie just, like, there's, like, it gets all dramatic and then Chewie just, like, wrecks everything.
Yeah, Chewie just like blows up the whole place.
That was just so awesome because Chewie's just like, snipe, 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 snipe. And then, like,
Well, he shoots Kylo Ren and then he blows up a bunch of stormtroopers and the whole building just.
Mm-hmm.
Chewie's like, just rage. I wish he would have like ripped some guy's arms off. That would have been.
Maybe like episode 9, like in secret or like without Chewbacca there, Rey and Kylo will kind of team up, and then they're going to attack Snoke. But then Chewbacca doesn't know that he's kind of turned good, and then he goes and kills him.
Chewbacca just kills Snoke.
No, he kills Ren.
Oh. Yeah.
So
For revenge.
I'm kind of lost. Like, what's the deal with the Republic? So,
Yeah. Because it was all in one system,
no.
which doesn't make any sense.
What exactly? No, that was like their head planet, like Coruscant or something. But
But it was they were like the Ithorian system or something. They had a name for the system and they're like but it was just hitting the one system. It wasn't hitting like because as we knew the Republic it was like bajillions of systems and then represented by main ones and there were still like hundreds. But then the fact that they only blew up like what 5 planets, and then they're like, the Republic's destroyed.
That's actually something else that doesn't make much sense. Why? You know how far apart planets are?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Why could they see it as if it was like a moon? They
Yeah.
could see the explosion of it as if it was like, you know, like as far away as our moon is. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
How?
It's a different solar system. It's like,
But that's the thing. Is it maybe this new republic was only in that one system?
Oh.
That was kind of my thought. Maybe this is just a system that has been deemed like this new republic, and it might only be that one system as well. But I just thought it weird that the planet that like Mazkatan is on is that, you know, like it's in that same system to have that many habitable planets in the same solar system.
Yeah.
but why? So the Resistance is separate from the Republic, but the Republic is supporting the Resistance.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. But the
And what's the deal?
entire fleet for the Resistance was destroyed because they were, you know, they were over the Republic world.
And then so what's the deal with like the First Order? They're fighting the Republic, or are they like no, they were supporting? Were they like cool with them, and then they found out they were supporting the Resistance, so they destroyed them?
From what we can tell, they don't seem to be like interested in conquering the galaxy and like holding everything. Like the Empire was trying to get all the star systems under the control. These guys seem more like just to destroy the Republic. They're more just like to destroy what's good rather than to create an empire of evil. That's kind of the sense that I got.
I feel like this galaxy, it feels a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Than,
Well, what we've seen of it right now is at least this.
It just feels like this whole galaxy that we're in, that this movie takes place in, it just makes it feel like a much smaller community of like of systems and stuff than like what the expanding universe and the Clone Wars makes Star Wars really seem like.
Yeah.
Because you know the Clone Wars and the expanded universe makes Star Wars like this massive galaxy that has countless systems and just there's just so much in it. But this makes it seem like, you know, it's all relatively close.
I think not even like expanded universe of Clone Wars, but just episode 1 and 2 and 3. We got this whole Senate, and it shows that there's millions of star systems, just like it's mentioned in there. And to not follow through with the story that is Star Wars, because they do have to respect 1, 2, and 3. And I felt they didn't do too good of a job of doing that. I feel like they really catered to the needs of the original fans. I felt there was almost too much original trilogy.
I feel like, weren't they completely just like disregarding midi-chlorians?
Yeah.
I don't really like that because it makes it seem more like you either it's like on or off. It's like you either have the Force or you don't.
Yeah, compared to having different levels of it.
Then you don't end up with like people that are more powerful than each other, and then it's a matter of like training.
Yeah, who's stronger with the Force?
Why is Rey equivalently powerful
to Kylo Ren?
And Kylo Ren has been training with like Snoke, and I'd assume that Snoke is incredibly powerful and knows a lot of things.
Well, in the Clone Wars, you know when there was like the two guys, like there was like the light side and the dark side?
On Mortis, yeah.
The embodiment of the Force. Well, I think like Supreme Leader Snoke is gonna be kind of like the dark side guy from that story.
I don't know. I felt like the story of that was more that Anakin just destroys the whole Force, because not just does he destroy the daughter, which represents light, and the son, which represents darkness, and then he kind of kills the father, and then it's like, well, you just wrecked the Force, so.
I think that stuff that's in the Clone Wars isn't really like, I'm not gonna say it's not canon, but it doesn't have an effect.
But they disregard it like it's not canon.
We're not gonna be in like episode 7 and be like, oh yeah, remember how Anakin like destroyed the mother, the father, and all that junk. They're not gonna. Nobody's gonna get that, and they're not even gonna like touch that.
Yeah, I
whole
don't think they
idea.
will.
They're not gonna touch that whole idea of these like force people.
Yeah.
I don't think,
So
because
who
No, I
is
don't think they
the
do.
guy?
that's like super expanded universe or like super just Clone Wars.
And same with like, well, I like how in the Yoda thing they kind of do that. You know, they explain how these guys were able to become like ghosts through the Force. That gets explained in the Clone Wars, and I think that should be taken at least a little bit canon, because it is seen in Episode 3. Yoda says, "I want to show you a way so you can train more with Qui-Gon," and you're like, "Oh, hey, that's all makes sense." And then I feel like they need to do a bit with that eventually as it gets into 8 or 9.
I feel like I
Just
hope that they don't make it like, because they make it seem like all the Jedi and all the like Sith basically come back as ghosts, but that's not. I really like the idea of like the Force itself picking who's gonna come back because they need them to come back to like bring
to
it
keep
balance.
both sides alive.
So that shot with Ren and the Knights of Ren, is that for sure, like, is that supposed to be like when he killed all the Padawans and stuff?
I think that that's when he like became evil, when he was being trained.
Okay, because my friends and I were talking, what if Kylo Ren wasn't like training with Luke, and what if it was like Snoke? Because we don't know anything about Snoke. What if Snoke was the one who betrayed Luke, and then Snoke took up a Padawan, and that'd be Kylo Ren?
Oh man.
The-
Interesting.
Yeah, if the Knights of Ren are just other Jedi that they stole from, like Luke.
That's one thing that I noticed, is that like there's a lot of stuff about these Knights of Ren before the movie, but it wasn't even mentioned in the whole movie.
Well, they were seen in like Rey's vision or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really like that vision thing. I want to see that again, just because
Well,
it was cool
Snoke
stuff.
mentioned the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
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 When did that happen?
It was whenever Kylo was talking. He was called to speak with Snoke, and he mentioned it in one of the scenes.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go see the movie again. So.
Yeah.
I just realized that they never actually had the Knights of Ren even involved. It was just
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that they were gonna be like with him when he went on like,
Mhm.
you know, when he went and did stuff.
yeah, I know he was totally on his own, leading stormtroopers.
Because that's why we were thinking maybe he wasn't the one who trained with Luke, because that's why he wasn't a very good fighter. That's why Finn actually stood a chance and stuff.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I'm lost to why Leia and Han broke up. I mean, like, I know that like their son is like evil, but I don't see why that's a reason to like not be
Well, their
friends.
thing was like, oh no, we gotta go deal with our son turning the dark side in different ways, and then Han went back to being attacked by criminals, and Leia just
That would be a cool ship to build, the one that Han had.
Yeah.
Wait, what? The ship?
The one that he captured the Falcon in.
It was
Is
like a
the
giant box.
Reader-
It was just a giant box.
I know, but it'd be cool to like make the inside, and like not as a Lego set, but as like a mock.
Oh, I already got the giant box built. I got this 2x over here.
It's a big box. I don't. That was just so awesome when they were like, I guess we have to use the crap or whatever, and then it turns to the Falcon, and I was like,
Yeah, I know. There are so many scenes that were trying to be like comedic, and they're trying to be funny, but then they're actually like super serious and important scenes to the plot. Like that trash one, they're like, we could use that junker over there, and they're like, no, take this one.
Yeah, there was a lot of comedy in it, which I liked, but the one part I like, a lot of times they were like making tributes to like the older like 4, 5, and 6.
So many times.
And the one that just I did not like was when Han's like, "Oh, is there a trash compactor?"
Yeah,
I was like, okay, you know.
I was like, you've been on a lot of missions since then. There's only like a very minuscule amount in the movies.
Oh man, but Phasma though had such a
I didn't like her.
poor role in the movie.
I didn't
Yeah.
like her at all. I mean,
No.
I mean, I don't mind that though, because like if you think about like episode 3, like, because she's just a clone commander, like you could compare her to like Cody, and Cody had probably about like the same, if not more, screen time than her in 3.
True.
well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
they hyped her up as like one of, like the one of the big villains.
Yeah, they're like, and there were all these news articles about like, oh, feminine evil villain, and it's like whatever.
But they just like,
Probably 10 minutes of screen time.
they gave her like a small part. I didn't like any of her lines. I didn't like how she said them. I didn't like the way she said things. It just made me like want to cringe. I couldn't. I'm sure she's like a great actor, but it just felt like she was a bad actor.
Yeah.
I didn't like her character. I mean, she's cool. I mean, it's a female stormtrooper who's like freaking chrome, but
I like how they clarified how the new stormtroopers are recruited. That was very nice of them to do.
Yeah.
when did they do that?
And I like how they call them stormtroopers still, not like first order troopers
Yeah.
or something.
Oh, I liked the part where they like instantly went and looked. I really liked that part where they like instantly went and looked up who Finn was, and then
Yeah, that was.
like, you could see like a baby version of him in the hologram. It was like, ah.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's cool.
Yeah, I missed that part.
It's interesting because they're taken like the Jedi were. They're taken as kids and recruited in, so they don't really know their family.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of like a tribute to the Jedi in a sense, but I just thought that was interesting that they would bring that up.
I wonder if that's going to result in maybe Finn finding his family.
I don't think that's even important.
It didn't. I think that could be a thing because he was ripped from his family, but they didn't. It didn't seem like it wasn't like one of the things that he cared about.
Yeah, no, it's not something they'll do because otherwise they would have mentioned it in this.
I think they'll go into more depth though about Rey's family.
Yeah, I think Rey's.
It was
Well, she
mentioned
has
quite a
propane.
lot.
That was. I feel like there's some like really big thing about her past that they're keeping secret.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't figure out what.
Like
that
there's
is.
a reason she hasn't like given a last name or something.
Rey Skywalker.
But if it's Skywalker, that would just make me mad because that's just.
I don't really want that because in Star Wars, I don't know if I like it or not, but Star Wars is like always just this. It feels like it's about one family tree and then everything around it.
Yeah.
Like, and then every once in a while they like accept a new person into this family tree, but it's always just like one group of people, and it always just revolves around them. Like everything that happens in the galaxy revolves around them.
Yeah, that's why I hope it's not like Han and Leia's son, daughter, or Luke's daughter. That would just be.
That would be awkward because
Luke and Leia's daughter. I mean, I didn't say that.
I mean we're on stream.
Yeah, it's tough because it was a great movie, and there's so many new things that there is to be talked about and discussed. But then so much of it is we've got 2 whole other trilogies, and now we're gonna have to wait for the rest of this one, and we just, we got like the one piece of the puzzle kind of thing.
Yeah, the other thing I was kind of disappointed is that we didn't get a Rogue One because there's a lot of rumors that we'd get a Rogue One trailer either before or after, and so everyone stayed around through the entire the long credits.
I stayed there.
Yeah, and then nothing happened. We're all like, oh,
Well, I knew they did like the Star Trek trailer, but
well, ew, no one likes Star Trek.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of like some guy that works at a movie theater, and he had the box that Force Awakens comes in, and it had this trailer pack, and one of them was the Deadpool trailer. Never saw that.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
it's because it's R-rated.
Oh, well, it's a PG. Whatever. I think you can put R-rated trailers. Can you not?
Well, there was like the PG version of the Deadpool trailer.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I saw like so many people that I knew at the theater, and I was just trying to like hide. There was like I saw one kid that was on that soccer team that I
Taylor, I didn't see you. What the heck?
You went to a different showing than I did.
I know you went to 4, right? I went to 7.
7 was sold out.
Yeah,
That was like the only one that was sold out.
correct.
Yeah, there's like all these pictures of
I
like
bought
the
all-
biggest movie shutdown in history because Alvin and the Chipmunks opened today. The new one. It's like they're gonna make like nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I really liked. I just love how JJ I think just did a phenomenal job with blending like because I felt like I was watching 4 through 6, but with the technology from 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's how it felt to me, and that's what just made it so powerful. Like this is so cool. Like like the X-wing fighter scenes were so cool, but I still felt like I was watching one of the older ones.
Oh man, I love the scene where you've got like Han and Chewie and Finn all like hostage by the stormtroopers, and then they're like, "Take cover," and you're like, "What's going on?" And then there's you just see like the water spray.
Yeah.
That's like the
That
coolest
was
scene
so
of all
cool.
time.
That was just like, oh, there's this big fleet.
You're like, "Oh my gosh, it's a resistance!"
There's like an armada of X-wings like charging at them. I was just like, ah!
And then,
And then
you see
Han-
Poe take out like 6 TIE fighters, and
And then Han just like he like shoots like 6 guys, and then he like doesn't even look at the last guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was refreshing to have a character like Kylo Ren, where he was just kind of like an inexperienced kid, but he still was like the baddest guy in the movie.
Yeah.
he has his grandfather's temper.
Yeah, like whenever he took off his helmet for the first time, I was expecting, like a scarred face or something, because that's what all the other bad guys had, but it was just like a
Yeah.
kid. I thought that was a good way to mix it up.
I mean, by the end, it's pretty scarred, but
Yeah.
I felt just the damage he took on at the end, like all the hits, the shots, and like he's just messed up by the end.
Yeah, I know. He couldn't even like stand at the end.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to see like the scene where he and Hux show up at Snoke's like place, and then Snoke's like,
Well, somebody sucks.
Sucks.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm most interested to see in episode 8, like the whole Snoke thing.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah,
he
I wonder
is.
what his background is.
I wonder if they're gonna save him for episode 9, like how they really saved the Emperor for episode
I hope not, but I mean I guess that does make sense.
Like you don't really meet the Emperor until episode 6. I mean he's mentioned in 4. You see him in a hologram in 5. Then you actually like see him a whole bunch in 6.
The interesting thing I didn't know about the Emperor was in 6, the actor who played the Emperor in 6 was the same one who played him in like 2 and 3 and 1.
Wait, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
he
know
was
that.
so young in episode 3, and I'm sorry, in episode 5 and 6, or sorry, he was originally in 5. It was a different guy when they did the hologram because they were still trying to figure out who they wanted the Emperor to be, and then in episode 6 they picked the guy and they put on all this makeup and prosthetic stuff, whatever stuff, to make him look super old. And then when he was old, he wore all this makeup to make him look young for episodes 1 through 3. And then they refilmed him to put in the hologram for episode 5.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just really interested about the Snoke and the whole, because like at the end, Snoke's like, let's go get Ren or whatever. So I doubt, like Chris was saying earlier, they'll probably fast forward in Spencer. So we probably won't see Snoke. So that could be a way where they save Snoke for episode 9 because you won't see him picking up Ren and stuff.
Did you guys like the part with like I don't remember what it was called, but when they were in Han Solo's ship and then it was that alien that was like wrecking everything? I didn't really care for that.
Yeah.
I thought it was entertaining.
It just didn't feel like it fit. That whole sequence of like that, like these two different groups of people are like attacking him at the same time, and there's like this alien that's on there. And
Well, see, I like the two different people like coming to get Han because it's totally Han Solo, like how in Episode 5, or in 4, like with Jabba. Jabba's like he always got in trouble, he never paid and stuff. So I totally saw that as being like something Han Solo, like something that would happen to Han Solo, like those two guys,
Yeah.
the two groups. And I liked how I don't know how I feel about this, but like that if you notice in the shots where like Ray and the shot where Finn is like tied down to that thing, like that, or not, sorry, not Finn, Poe. They're like the questioning chair or whatever. In the background, you see a shot of this like probe, and it looks just like the one in Episode 4 that Darth Vader had.
It made the same noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard a probe noise.
It was like the one that in Episode 4 when Darth Vader had Princess Leia.
But Ren doesn't use it because
I know that's what
Vader says, like, her resistance to the mind probe. But why would he need a mind probe when he's like Kylo Ren and he's just like, rah, tell me, and then they tell him.
Kylo Ren kind of goes nuts with his like Force mind reading abilities. He overestimates himself compared to like the Jedi, where like when interrogating Cad Bane, they resorted to like having 3 Jedi all use the Force to make him talk. That was like their last resort. But I guess as a Sith, somebody like Kylo Ren could just be like, "What's up? Don't tell me it right now, or you'll die. Or you'll die trying."
What if he in the Clone Wars, they're like, oh yeah, if you do it too much, you'll like destroy his mind. Then
And that's what I like though, how you're expecting like that Rey is gonna get hurt, and when he keeps on doing the mind thing to her, and then she starts to like resisting.
yeah, I thought that was cool because she has the Force capability to resist it.
Yeah.
It just felt because the whole time in the back of my mind, I was just like, she's not trained.
Yeah, the not trained thing was kind of.
yeah.
It felt so weird because Kylo Ren is trained and Rey is not trained, but they just felt like equals.
I mean, you can only take that so far. I mean, she had like some abilities, obviously, fighting with her staff, because when you're on your own on that like alien planet, you got to be able to fend for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that she's pretty capable. But then there's the difference between being like a trained fighter and being whatever fighter, and then fighting a Sith. I mean,
Well, see,
you
that's
can't
the
just
thing that
magically
keeps,
pick stuff up through the Force.
that's the thing that keeps leading me back to Kylo Ren. Like, I don't really think that he's like a true Sith, because the only time you see him fight is like when he fights Rey. Like, that's pretty much like. Otherwise, he's just kind of like a dominant figure. Like, he looks like he's in charge, but
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, when he freezes the laser shot,
yeah.
That was so awesome.
you're like, what is happening right now?
I like how like right before he leaves, it just like and it like blows up and then.
And all the stormtroopers are like, what?
Yeah.
That was so cool.
I want to like take like a lightsaber hilt or blade and just do that in a mock at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
All these trans clear pieces holding it up.
Yes.
You should just do that through your whole battlefield. Have all these trans clear pieces holding up like 50 laser shots throughout the battlefield.
That'd be awesome.
I'd probably just like if you did it inside of a building, you could just have like fish wire hanging from the ceiling.
Or you could have like attachments coming out of the wall.
It's just so. It was like, whoa! I did not see that coming. Kind of cool thing.
Yeah.
So back to like the Lego thing, because like we were saying earlier, we didn't want to spoil it. They already made all the vehicles, and I know like, wait, is it Toydaria or Tokodaria?
It's Takodana.
Okay, whatever that planet is. So the only 3 planets are that planet, Jakku, and Starkiller Base.
It's
that we.
No. Takodana, Dequar, Starkiller Base, and then the one that it ends on.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, and so I think Lego's gonna be forced to make more like scenery shots, kind of like the one that we're seeing with Maz Kanata and like the one coming out in January. Because, like I said, they already done all the vehicles. The only other vehicle they have left really is that giant, whatever that Star Destroyer is called. I forgot. The Finalizer, right?
And as well those giant AT-AT things that you see in the background. It's
yeah,
not,
and
It's Lego has done that before. I mean, like turbo tanks. How much were they ever in anything? There's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
two
but
shots
just
in episode
those two, that's really all we see. Those are the only other vehicles.
stuff like droid gunships. You know, we've got how many versions of them in Lego, and they're only in how many scenes?
Yeah, so it'll be. I hope they do more environment like kind of things because get a lot of cool pieces and just a lot of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe like
cool
the
pieces at Star Wars prices. It's not cool for me.
I want
but
to know what planet Luke was on. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
Like the whole battle pack thing that we're getting, like those towers were not anything. The Rebel one is completely made up.
There weren't even like resistance soldiers that looked like
Yeah,
that.
we didn't even see we barely saw any.
When was there even a resistance soldier?
Like there were a few that came off before Leia off the train.
Yeah, right when that troop transporter thing. Yeah, and even the troop transporter thing, I think that's kind of like not like an accurate title for it because like the troops transporter we're thinking of like the gunship, whereas that we only saw one of it the whole movie and Leia was on it. So I think that's more of like a command shuttle type thing.
yeah. But like
So what did you think about the ending, Danny?
I like the ending. I know Spencer and stuff didn't like it, but I thought it was a great way to end it. With the island thing and because I have a feeling like underneath it or something, there's gonna be like this huge thing that we didn't know about, and it's gonna be really cool.
That would be good. That's my only thing is I do not like what they've shown of it. If there's anything more that's even a little bit more sci-fi, that would make me happy. But right now, I just did not enjoy that end part.
I thought because like we were saying at the beginning, there was so much that happened in the whole movie, and so I was really happy with the ending because it seemed like it just gave us a few seconds to just kind of calm down after all that, and then it left us. We can give spoilers, right?
Yeah.
It left us, just looking at Luke, and then the credits went. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I like about the whole movie is there's like tons of things that everyone's just speculating upon because, like I said earlier, they don't give everything away, which I like about that.
Yeah.
Like you don't because in the prequels, I felt like I didn't obviously see them like the years they came out, but even if you did, you can pretty much like figure out what's gonna happen. It's not like what's gonna happen. I know you already knew 4, 5, and 6 were after it, so you knew
Yeah, you
eventually
knew a lot of
what was
stuff.
gonna happen, but. I just like how we don't know any, and I like how they kept that from us. Like they didn't release like a summary of the movie, that sort of thing. Like I like how they kept it secret because it really saved it.
I liked how right at the beginning they were ripping through scenes that were in all the trailers. And then you're like, yes, there's going to be more to this movie than what we saw in the trailers, kind of thing.
Yeah.
One thing that I was talking to a guy before I saw the movie. We were waiting in line, and the guy was talking about how episode 1 and 2 and kind of 3, the world premiere compared to episode 7 was like nothing. Nobody really cared. It wasn't as big of a deal. But episode 7 has been this really huge thing. And in addition to that, episode 1, 2, and 3, like J.J. Abrams he didn't say like anything. We didn't know what was really going to happen. We knew what the characters were, kind of. We knew like Poe's a pilot, Rey's a scavenger, Finn's a stormtrooper, whatever. But episode 1, 2, and 3, everybody just kind of knew what the whole movie was about, the whole plot, everything.
Yeah, you could just tell where things were going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that just like made the movie that much better. But I guess I feel kind of bad because I don't know how much George Lucas really had to work with because Anakin's going to be Darth Vader. You know that he's going to have these 2 kids. You probably know by episode 1 who he's going to have the kids with. All these things.
Yeah.
I'd recommend watching. There's a guy on YouTube, Belated Media. He made a video a while ago where it was like, what if episode 1 was good or 2 or something.
yeah, just a few days ago, it's supposed to be like the next part.
He just finished it, and he did like episode 3, and it's actually pretty interesting because he redid it to where you don't actually know who, like they just trick you out, they make you think that. Just go watch it because he makes them seem a lot better where there's actually like these big plot twists, and then things actually make a lot more sense instead of like, oh, that guy's evil. Oh, yeah, that's his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question though. Who do you guys think will direct the next one? Do you think they'll go back to J.J. Abrams or?
I heard J.J. Abrams just didn't want to do it. He wanted to pass on the
They're already out.
They already. I thought they already announced who's directing the next one.
The 8 and 9 are out. The guy who did Jurassic World is doing 9, and some other one.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yep. Star Wars.
I think George Lucas should do 8.
Yeah.
I heard JJ said that he was just he put so much effort into 7 that if he would turn around and crank out 8, he wouldn't be able to put as much time or effort into it.
It's Ryan.
So
Ryan Johnson is 8.
It's
But
spelled,
it's like-
Ryan is spelled like R-I-A-N for some reason.
Oh man, that was so sad when they blew up those like Republic planets, because I think actually what I'm starting to think now is it wasn't more the idea that they're destroying the Republic, it was more destroying some key systems that supported the Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Resistance fleet was destroyed around those planets. You could see like the ships.
Yeah, I was confused about the whole Republic thing because it mentioned it in the title crawl, like the Republic, but I didn't think there was a Republic anymore because I thought that was destroyed after 4, like when Palpatine took over the Senate.
But then obviously the rebellion was to restore the Republic.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, Danny?
Yeah, I heard you when you were talking about that. I just still don't understand like the whole Republic thing.
Because what happened, so you got episode 3 where they turn it into an empire, and then you have like Grand Moffs that watch over each of these different like sectors.
Yeah.
They control, and then they all report to Palps. So once that was destroyed, obviously some new system was put in place, but they don't.
Well,
They
that's
didn't
what I'm
want to bore
saying.
us with the politics of the Republic this time. So.
Yeah, like it wasn't. I think it would have been more meaningful, like, because like when it was destroyed, I was like, oh, like whatever. They just, like, I think they should have explained some more about like the whole Republic thing, like.
Yeah, just
Give some background to it, because then we would have been like, oh my gosh, this is a huge deal. They just destroyed it. Where when they destroyed it, it was like, oh, like it's like when they destroyed Alderaan, there was nothing like important about it. It was like, oh.
Actually, my guess is lots of the actual political stuff, stuff that we probably hardly care about. I bet they'll explain that in those Star Wars Aftermath books, and it'll be explained in other canon things.
Yeah, but I mean, just watching the movie for the first time, you know, like I didn't feel like I was only like, oh no, like the Resistance are in danger now that the Republic's destroyed, because I didn't know anything about it. That's just my opinion.
Like how they said we're destroying the Republic, so I think we needed a few more details on why the Republic is on 5 planets. And, yeah.
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 And like the system name that they destroyed the planets in that system, what is that the system that like was a Coruscant that got destroyed, or are those new planets? I don't know.
There were a couple of physics things about that didn't make much sense, like light physics. First one, like, how far away was the Star Destroyer that Kylo Ren was from the Starkiller base? I don't think it was that far, and he could, like, see the light moving across his...
I think he was right above Starkiller Base.
He could, like, see
It's
the
wrecked.
light. He could see the light moving across his viewport relatively slowly, and then, like, the next shot, you could see them be blown up from like, Takodana. I mean...
Well, wasn't his Star Destroyer over that planet?
Yeah, so the light would be moving incredibly faster. Not to mention, how are they seeing that from Takodana?
Well, my guess would be Takodana's in the same system, and it makes sense that he'd just be over top of the system because he's just about to attack. So.
Why didn't they just blow up
That
Takodana?
makes more sense, yeah.
My thing is, why don't they just blow up Takodana? Or maybe it's because Ren's already there. That's why they don't blow it up.
Oh yeah, well, I guess they wouldn't want to blow up BB-8. And
Yeah, they still want to find out. No, they said they'd destroy it or recover it. Didn't matter.
No. Kylo Ren was like, if you destroy it, I'm gonna wreck you. You remember
Yeah.
that? Because
Yeah, I do.
Alex was like, oh, worst case scenario, we'll just destroy him. And Kylo Ren was like, you don't want to do that because I'll kill you.
And then I'll throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, his temper tantrum was a bit.
I know. He'd be like, oh yeah, and there was a girl. Yeah, I'm gonna wreck everything.
That's enough. And there was a girl, and then he like forced
See,
her.
that's why there's some connection between Kylo and Rey, because he knows her.
I thought I killed my sister.
How does he know her?
I don't know, but
think he
every
knows her. I think
Wait,
it was
what
just
did that-
thinking that-
he
When was
has
that?
such an obsession with her. Like once he says, and there's a girl, like he knows something about her. Like
Because
I guess you could see that.
he only hates her because BB-8 showed her the map, and she has the map. And BB-8, she's with BB-8. BB-8 like trusts her, so he like doesn't like her because he desperately wants that map.
but he doesn't know that she has it.
Yeah, he does. He
No,
knows.
like she's with
Yeah,
like
he's-
when.
But no, he mentioned when he was interrogating her, he was like, I don't know what you did to get him to show you the map, and I know it's in there somewhere, and like pointing to her like her head.
Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is, wasn't before that when the guy on the finalizer was like, oh, and there's a girl. Wasn't
don't-
that first?
I don't get why he raged then. Just because
That's what I'm saying. I think there's some connection where he knows who Ray is.
but I don't see why he would rage just because of a girl. Like, how does he?
So you're agreeing with the connection thing then?
I don't know.
Maybe he's
I think he's just raging because I think he's just raging because there's someone else to hunt down, and somebody else is helping BB-8. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I
maybe
guess
he
it's not unreasonable to think that there's a connection.
And
maybe
going
he
back to like what you were talking about, the guy who had the plans at the beginning of the movie on Jakku, he looked familiar. Like, was he in another Star Wars movie?
I would be surprised if he was one of like the generals in the background.
Yeah, because he looks so familiar from like episode 6 or 7 or 5.
Who was the guy? Who is the rebel? Wasn't there like a rebel A-wing pilot or something that was in that movie?
You guys could go look at like the cast.
I'm doing that now.
guy.
Go look at the cast on IMDb and see what else they're in.
Taylor, you know the guy from the third X-Men movie that has like the spines?
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh,
He was in episode 7.
cool.
Wasn't he? He's like a resistance something, but I don't know. If I'm pretty sure. Wasn't he in the last movies?
Are we doing a builder stream after this?
Yes.
Yeah, are you hosting, Spencer?
Didn't sound like Chris wanted me to host.
I can
Oh,
host.
Chris. Oh, Chris is hosting. Okay, I didn't know.
I was gonna host, but then Chris was like, no.
Oh
And then you went on like a Kylo rage.
Yeah, and then I blew up my computer.
Can that be a thing? Can we start
Kylo Rage?
Kylo rage?
Somebody needs to make a gif of Kylo Ren like repeatedly destroying the thing.
Just like.
Him swinging at it again and again and again.
Can we
Did you guys know that Daniel Craig was in this?
Who's
Who's
Daniel?
that?
The guy who plays James Bond in the recent movies.
Yeah. I don't. Wasn't he a first order trooper or something?
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I saw that he was in it. I didn't know where he was though.
I don't remember seeing him in the movie.
Maybe he just wanted to be a part of Star Wars and like applied for a background thing just to be in it.
Maybe he's a gonk droid.
Probably.
No, I don't know if they showed his face, but he was a first order trooper.
No, there's the reason Kylo's raging so hard when he's like, oh, BB-8 escaped, and there's a girl with him. He's like, BB-8 has a girlfriend and I don't.
They had like that. There was like a. There was something. I don't remember the line or who he was talking to or who was talking. There was something about like someone's girlfriend or whatever, and I was like, that's just kind of weird in Star Wars.
Wait,
I
maybe
couldn't
this isn't the guy.
I couldn't tell if there was a love thing between Finn and Rey.
Wait, what was the name of the guy? Was it War Santeca?
Stop hugging. You can hug later.
I don't know who- No, and then he like kept grabbing her hand, and then I was like, "Whoa, slow down."
Now
Yep.
this is pod
The
racing.
name of the guy who had Luke's
Yeah, this is pod racing.
map thing, his name is Lor Santeca.
Now this is pod racing.
That's a very exotic name.
Did you guys like how Kylo Ren's lightsaber looked?
Yes,
Yeah, I like that
I
lightsaber.
don't know if I liked it.
I like it.
I like how he used the crossguard to get Finn's shoulder.
hmm I thought it was a good way to mix it up, kind of like how Darth Maul's lightsaber was new, like when that movie came out.
Yeah.
I was wondering how the X-wing fight scenes were gonna be like how they would cut between it and like how it was gonna be taken, and it came out really well.
Yeah,
I liked them a lot.
I thought they did a good job of adding a lot of new stuff, but keeping like the feel of Star Wars within all that.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Oh no, the guy who had the Luke's plans wasn't in any other Star Wars movie.
Oh.
But he was in some the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. I don't know what that is.
Oh, you haven't seen Young Indiana Jones?
No.
Hmm.
Is that
It was a
TV
TV show.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Did you guys hear about the not Indiana Jones, the Han Solo movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did they cast Han Solo yet?
they were like scouting people, but that's it. I think so far.
Yeah, I don't know who they're gonna get to play him.
I hope that it's about because like Chewbacca owes Han a life debt, right? I hope that it's going to be about that, like where they meet and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then how I predict it going is like Han and Chewie aren't really like friends. They're more like some sort of like competitors or enemies or whatever. Then Han like saves Chewie's life. Then Chewie's like, ah, dang it, I owe you a life debt. And then
No, it's like Jar Jar all over again.
Jar Jar's like, ah, dang it, Han, I owe you a life debt. And then like, oh, we'll just trade. And then he like kills him.
And I would very much enjoy to figure out what happens to Jar Jar, mainly his death scene.
It's like a 5-minute movie.
In Rebels, you just
Oh, wait, you know those
in
Pixar-
Rebels, just in the background of some scene, you see Jar Jar just getting mowed down.
You know those Pixar shorts
Yeah.
that they put at the beginnings of movies? Like at the beginning of Rogue One, there's like a Jar Jar short where he gets killed.
Gosh.
No, the way they did it,
Can they please?
they're walking on the Death Star, and Darth Vader's in Princess Leia. Go in. This is your cell. And then they open it, and Jar Jar's like head is getting cut off. Oh, whoops, wrong cell. And then take it to
I thought it was really cool in The Force Awakens how they went back to a lot of on-set effects, like in the old movies.
Yeah.
I think that was good.
Well, I think we pretty much covered everything we wanted to talk about, right? Does anyone else have anything, last things they want to mention?
Han Solo dies! Oh.
Yes.
Hey, look, I'm funny. I said that I made a spoiler that Jar Jar was in the movie, and I'm funny. Do you like me yet? I've had enough comments of people saying that Jar Jar's in episode 7.
All right, well, that about concludes our live stream then. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. If you want to see some LEGO live streaming, Chris Productions will be hosting the Builder stream later today.
Yeah.
So check out his channel. to see any of that stuff, any Lego stuff. Most of us will be over there building. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to check out all of our channels from some other awesome Lego content. We had Taylor from Alpha Brick Studios, Spencer from Lego Spencer, Chris from Chris Productions, and Jaden from Brick Dodger. Thanks everyone, and goodbye.